Online, it's the next installment. It takes the RTS qualities that you're familiar with in the Age franchise and marries them to a persistent online universe. So if you have played any one of the big MMOs and think about that in an RTS capacity, it works very well. So I've got a series of missions and quests, and standard get a quest, play it, get the loot drop, check the quest
so
back
it's got the RPG elements as well.
It does, yeah. And so let me open up my inventory here. You can see I've got a bunch of different items in here. This is a loot drop that's a Pine Holy Staff that increases my the range of my priest. I can assign that to my priest character in my game, and it'll upgrade and make him better at what he does in any one of the units or different buildings throughout the game.
So there'd be a lot of fairy crafting and stuff like that then, with there's kind of
great deal of that, and there's literally there's over 1,000 items now. And there, of course, there's common, rare, and extremely rare, very valuable items that come through the drops.
How do you acquire those? Do they drop from enemies that you kill? Or?
So you'll get a little bit of that, but you can also do quite a bit of crafting in it. So if I scroll back to this area, you see a bunch of my workshops that are basically, this one's just producing wood, and I can use that, drop it into my inventory, and then use that raw material to craft new upgrades for my units. What you can do right now is you can only specialize in a couple of the schools. So I've specialized at the temple. These are all the things that I can craft that come out of that temple school. But I can switch to different schools as well. So I can do archery or cavalry or infantry, etc.
So is it very much players can kind of
they can really specialize down a path. I tend to be more of an archery guy, so I'll specialize in that. I'll build a bunch of upgrades for archers. But at some point, I'll run out of archers to put them on, so I can start to sell those or trade those ones.
And are these upgrades kind of per game, or are they long-term, persistent?
Certainly, it's persistent, and if I assign one to an archer, all of my archers will have that forever. And I can always add a new one and swap it out.
For instance, an archery upgrade, is that there for...
It's there forever.
Okay, right.
Yeah. There are consumables in the game as well, but they're more like, this is like what we call a box of archers, so it's a consumable I can use in the middle of a quest that'll just instantly put down 8 archers that I can use to kind of take a quick advantage at the beginning of the mission. Some of them are harder to get, some of them are more rare as well, so these will come in a variety of common and rare and epic as well.
What's to stop people maxing out and everything?
It'll take a long time.
Okay. There's no caps or...
in theory there's no cap, but I suppose at some point there's a mathematical cap out there that you can maximize everything, but there's all the randomness in it, so you're not going to be able to get epic drops all the time. You'll have to be playing for years and years in order to do that.
And so I noticed it's taking a lot of elements from MMOs.
It does, yeah. It's really kind of the marriage of those two pieces together. And actually just today we turned on the AgeOfEmpiresOnline.com where you can sign up for the beta. So we closed beta. We just closed our alpha at about 5,000 people. We rolled it into our beta data center, and we'll scale it up to
do you know when the beta will be launching any?
So the beta any bit that's in the alpha will be automatically added to the beta and download a new client, and then we'll be accepting invites now. I'll start heading them out.
I'll sign up when I get back to it.
Yeah, and if you're in the press, you probably have a good chances.
Great. I'll mention that in the email then.
Yes, great.
Right. I also noticed the art style is very unique.
It's very different. What we really wanted to do was kind of change your expectation. It's not the same old Age game version 4. It's very new. It's very different. There's still classic RTS gameplay in it that, particularly if you're an H1, H2 fan, you'll really like. It's designed around that. Good.
I much prefer to StarCraft, to be honest, on the Age of Empires.
I just want to get StarCraft finished down. This is an example of, this is my home city. It's level, I think it's 20, where I've done a lot of laying out of vanity items. So each one of these planners is a separate vanity item that I had to craft or build, and I can arrange it. This is a quest giving building, the Oracle quest, that I unlocked earlier. And if I have a temple, then she can send me on different quests to build new temples, and on and on and on. Some of these are repeatable, some of them are unique, almost all of them are co-op. We really did a lot of focus on co-op. Really anything you can do in your home city the home city is really that hub you always start from.
Can you get all your resources from the home city up upgrade completely in home city without going out and attacking.
Well, you do have to go out and particularly when you start off at the very beginning of the game, you only have your palace and one little store and one little.
But I noticed there's trees and stuff around. Do they respawn or is?
Wait, what's the question?
Can you
like these trees?
Yeah, can you get resources from those trees?
Not in this, not in your home city. So the resource production.
Yeah, that was my question. You can't.
So you have to go off on a quest to get the resources.
Okay,
It's kind of a different set of resources. Like the wood, gold, stone that you have in the quest runs in the quest. When they come back, it's about pine planks or oak planks or copper or.
Right. That makes a lot of sense because I was thinking if it was the same resources, you could just
they run
get
in parallel to each other. So the ones in the home city are used to upgrade my capabilities of my army and my
So
empire.
the wood, gold, etc. would be more temporary, kind of on a match-for-match basis.
Pretty much, yeah. So that you don't really use. You do get gold coin. So if I go into one of these stores, I can buy things with gold coin that I earned in the game. So I can buy 10 planks for 20 gold coin, or I can sell mine for 15 gold coin or whatever the going rate is. And these are empire points. So as I gain experience in certain areas, I'll gain empire points that I can spend to buy special units. Like this is basically a great recon building. This is a custom unit that only this civilization gets that is built out of the fortress. That's pretty hard to get. It's pretty expensive. And then there's a bunch of other ones I can buy. There's a number of different stores. So this is a construction store where I can buy other buildings or unlock other capabilities. Sometimes as a result of a quest, I'll get like an oracle with a quest reward that's built in.
Time basis, how many hours would you say you'd have to put into max out your city? Say,
well, max
buildings.
I don't think I've gotten that.
Okay, so it's fairly substantial.
Yeah,
okay.
I'd say this is probably depending on how quickly you play, 20 to 30 hours to get to level 20.
Like this? Okay, right.
Yeah.
Do you know what it reminds me of is the art style is Hercules, that old Hercules cartoon movie. Yeah, it's especially those the map and stuff on the top right. It's very the cell shaded style. Yeah.
It's meant to be stylized, not inspired by so much.
Yeah.
Great, like a nice vanity drop as a kid.
No, I love the style of it. It
It
is.
looks really great. It's really pleased. It's a little shocking at first. Like, well, this is very different.
I'm a big fan of cell shading.
Last long.
I'm a big fan of cell shading. I don't know if you ever played Wind Waker, but games like that age very well. If you know what I mean. I mean, 10, 15 years later, this game's still gonna look great. Simply because
Where you look at when I try, whenever you do something that's kind of cutting edge realism, it's great for 2 years, maybe 3, and then next generation of hardware comes out, you start to look dated.
when you do the stylized look, it lasts a lot longer. I find.
Play Aladdin's still great.
Yeah.
Here, if I do, this building actually is one I had to unlock. It sends me off on missions so I can go visit other cities. So I travel to Troy. Troy is the city that's just within, exists within a non-player character. So it's a city that's out there. This is post a big battle where I actually took
So
Troy.
can you declare war with them, etc.?
Great. What?
Can you declare war with the different?
Well, that's kind of built. So I don't specifically declare war with Troy. The storyline brings me through that.
Okay.
So I can
That's part of the main campaign then. Okay, right.
and there'll be premium content that we release to add new campaigns and at a later time.
Oh, so that's kind of how you're doing the free-to-play model. I think that's better in the long term because it means a lot more people can play, and then the ones who want that. Yeah.
This after it's been destroyed, there's a quest giver here where I can start up and start accept new quests here, and there's different quests all throughout the map. I go back to the map here. These are the different regions. I can travel over to Greece and other areas that I've unlocked.
Okay, so what are the playable races?
The other what?
Races?
Well, we're only talking about the Greek stuff, so there'll be many.
Okay. But it's
Getting the beta,
but is it entirely this time period?
Yes, it's basically in that same age. It's the age 1 time period primarily, with kind of the age 2 gameplay model. Where you still have to use storerooms.
But it's not so much that you start off as cavemen and kind of work your way up.
You do actually. Well, it varies a little bit based on the particular mission. So a typical mission would start at the very beginning. You've got it's a villager. It's not a caveman. From there you age up level 2.
But the kind of Trojan Greek ethos is the max tech technological.
Yeah, you don't get the nuclear.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Right. So I can imagine then the other races would be from a similar time period then.
Yes. You guys know much about? There'll be a little. You have to be a little bit of fictional flexibility there. But so I think it's the balance will be the hard part. This is something that we're working a lot on now. Is the multiplayer balance, because if you've really upgraded your archers, and I haven't, your archers are going to smoke if we're playing a straight up head-to-head battle. So,
but if you played the same person twice, would you not know that they are specifically archers since you played them before?
You can see what they look like. So when you upgrade an archer with a new special ability, it changes its appearance in the game. So your Spartans and my Spartans. I love the Spartan big shield.
No, it looks great. So the animations I noticed look very good.
Pleased with it. Yeah, it's put together really well.
So what's the
Here's an in-quest mission where I've got where am I? Yeah, here's all my archery buildings. So I can produce a bunch of. I can upgrade my archers from here. I can start producing a bunch of archers for skirmishers. Group my guys together and start moving them up. But I know I'm going to get attacked from the north. These are kind of a base Spartan that's not been real upgraded yet. They got the kind of normal shields and normal spears.
So it's the Greeks are one race. It's not Trojans. It's just Greeks. Okay, right. Would you be taking races from all over the world? I know you can't confirm anything, but for instance, say Asia or Europe. Okay.
I think the hard part is which ones, what order. Actually, what I like about this is, it doesn't stop. And what I love about the MMOs is that touch loop with your customers is constant. So let's run a contest and see.
I think a lot of games are going that direction.
You want to see next, yeah. That'll be fun. And then you can have. It's nice when you have more than one civ. You can start to mix some of the technology together. I can actually, in the Greek civ, I can produce items for other civs. So if they can't use it, it's really encouraging me to partner up with a friend or trade or something like that.
So the last thing I was going to ask you is regarding the PvP aspect of the game. Do you kind of launch them from your capital city as well, or?
Yes. There's an arena that's there that'll launch. And there's also a mercenary building, which is kind of a derivative of players there. So I can hire people or something.
Are you supporting ladders or tournaments or anything like that competitive nature?
I'm not exactly sure what we're going to have at launch, so actually, certainly, exactly at launch.
Right, so there's no plans to kind of PvP progression separate from the...
There will certainly be a solution in place at launch for that, whether it's a full-blown kind of multi-tiered ladder system or not. It depends how much time there is.
Yeah, right. And the mob cap is 200. Is it 200?
200 units right now.
Yeah, it's kind of the standard.
At some point, it gets to be too many.
Yeah.
Then you macro it together, and you just have group 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. 200 is usually the standard in ITSs anyway.
This is running on a pretty low-end laptop.
Yeah, your colleague was saying it's a very scalable game.
Yeah, we really designed it. Part of that look as well as it lends itself well to a lower-end machine. So if you have a high-end machine, you can break all the settings.
Would this be on low settings then, medium settings?
This is pretty low-res monitors. This is only 13 by 768, so I run it at 1920 by 220 at home. Smooth still, so good. It's a relatively low-end laptop. I think, I guess our target is a laptop that was available 2 years ago.
I take it this thing's like naval combat and stuff.
Navy combat?
Naval?
Yes. It's all there. There's certainly be certain civs I think are more aligned to that, but the Greeks actually have a pretty good fire ship, and they've got that great ram in the front of there, so that comes in real handy as well. And again, when you see those upgraded, an epic upgrade of those is very cool.
I can imagine, yeah. And what about max kind of players per map? Was it 8 players?
We haven't set that. I mean, honestly, we've capped it at 4 so far with 2v2 type games, but I think we'll have to expand it to the bigger matches. But it's been plenty of fun still. As you get beyond that, you start to wonder, is this actually just chaos or a fun game? So it's set based on what works best.
I take it in these kind of, I wouldn't call them quick matches, but 1-on-1, 2v2, whatever you would call them.
A lot of these missions, so like this particular one is a handcrafted mission, but a lot of them are randomly generated as well, so you can set up randomly generated maps.
So these randomly generated ones, would they be very much in the style of the original Age of Empires games, building your base, getting your walls? Would they be in the style of the original Age of Empires games, the kind of 1-on-1 matches?
Yeah. Okay. Thematically. that feel very much like moment to moment. The gameplay will feel just like that.
Okay.
Your units will be unique and based on what you've done.
And then the missions are more
Campaign storylines. Yeah, which I actually think are, my opinion is, I think they're the best ones we've done. I think they're really good. They're really engaging, and it fits really nicely because we start to unlock new features as you go through that campaign.
And then could they be used in your multiplayer matches? So
unrestricted multiplayer matches with epic upgrades are going to be very interesting to watch.
So is there any chance of kind of a new player being pitted against, say, somebody who's been playing?